Hey there, Dave LaGreca. It is me, Bash, from This Week in Pro Wrestling History. I just wanted to thank you for having me do This Week in Pro Wrestling History every single Friday between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern on your show, Busted Open. Ouch, I've never stretched my arm that long before in my life. On your show, Busted Open on Sirius XM Fight Nation, Channel 156. So thank you so much for the opportunity to do This Week in Pro Wrestling History for the nation. I'm Bash. You can follow me on the Instagram at Bash and Barb, or you could follow me. You could just go to bashandbarb.com. You could do either one. It's your life. I'm not going to tell you what to do. See you later.
Well, another week of action down, and boy, was it hot this week. The draft is over with, and that means it's back to business as usual with the WWE. And it may be too soon to call Rampage the CM Punk show, but I think Rampage is the CM Punk show. And we have a grand return of a certain cowboy, if you know what I mean. I'm Mr. Shofi, and this is the weekly winner Roundup. Now, before we get down to said business, it's time for the moment of the week.
Roman Reigns will walk into Crown Jewel as your tribal chief, and he will fight you as a tribal beast. And you will learn at Crown Jewel one thing: the winner and still reigning, defending, undisputed, uncontroverted WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And that's not just a prediction. Brock Lesnar, that is a spoiler, and you can believe that.
Ladies and gentlemen of the pro wrestling world, that is how you make a championship. That is how you add prestige to a title. Wise man once said that either a title makes the person or the person makes the title. And the tandem that is Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman brings so much fire to the Universal
Heavyweight
Championship. And tied with this moment is the return of some of that old cowboy shiznit. That's right. Hangman Adam Page, in the most Hangman Adam Page way, was the Joker in the Casino ladder match, which earns him a shot at the AEW title. Dynamite was a fun show overall, but believe me, them finger guns was in the air as soon as Page's music hit. Now, that isn't to say that the rest of the week wasn't some heat. No. If we go to Tuesday, there was definitely some disconnects, but you know what? Shout out to Cora Jade for her victory over Frankie Monet. Can't wait to see how that story plays out. I mean, Frankie was on a hot streak, and Cora became the first to pin, so... Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but Braun Breaker, he's a cut above the rest down at 2.0. At this point, for lack of better phrasing, he's got to be the most developed story on that roster so far. His eyes was on the prize since day one. So I'm just saying, he took a look at that title and was like, mine. My intentions is known. Now, on the fantasy booking tip, I do agree with Ryan when he said that he'd rather see Nakamura defend his crown during the King of the Ring tournament. Imagine seeing Nakamura versus Balor at Crown Jewel. Now, we've seen them tear it up in Japan, but imagine what they could do under the WWE umbrella. Putting aside their questionable booking, when WWE sees fire, they take notice and they run with it. You can't deny that. You really can't. But that's enough of the chit chat. It's time for the main event of the evening. The show that got over in the week that was, according to Ryan McKinnell and Mark Henry. That flower goes to AEW Dynamite in a unanimous decision. And you know what? I ain't even mad. Like I said, it was a fun show overall. It was a 2-year anniversary too, so you best believe they was pulling out all the stops, and they keep doing that week in and week out. Which means, according to the standings, Dynamite takes over the first place spot with 3 votes overall. That's this week's unanimous decision and last week's vote for a weekly winner to start off the new year of the Roundup. Rampage being knocked down to second place with just 1 lone vote. But hey, at the end of the day, it is pro wrestling. And if I ain't rocking when the show is over, my friend, you just ain't over. Well, that does it for this guy. I'll see y'all next time at a theater near you. Good night, everybody.